Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to do something a bit different here. Today I'm going to go over my entire Travis collection now of the rock band Travis. Now before we go any further, I'd like to apologise for not having made a video for a while. I've been quite busy and a bit lazy, to say the least. That's kind of my excuse for not having made a video for a while. Is generally I've been quite lazy, to tell you the truth. But I've been kind of wanting to come back on and do videos for a while, so that's what I'm going to do today. So today I thought I could do something a bit different and go over my entire Travis collection. I actually tried to shoot this video twice. I shot it on Monday, but it was a bit of my computer. I was recording this on my computer via the webcam, and I had some like notifications on the computer kind of disrupt the video. I tried to find a way of editing it, but so I thought I would have to reshoot the whole thing. So that's what we're doing today. So for those who don't know, those living outside the UK, Travis are a rock band from Glasgow, Scotland. They've kind of been about since the 1990s. They're kind of indie rock band. They've got loads of great hits like Why Does It Always Rain on Me, Sing, Flowers in the Window, Driftwood, those sort of songs. So I'm going to go over my whole collection of Travis, which includes CDs, DVDs, and vinyl. So yeah, so we'll get straight into the video, and we're going to start with the collection. So we're going to start with their first album in 1997, which was Good Feeling. For this, a nice back picture there, picture of them at a house somewhere. Now this album I know bits and pieces of. I know All I Want to Do Is Rock, U16 Girls, Tied to the 90s, Happy, and More Than Us, because they're like on the Greatest Hits album. But should hopefully hear the album in full at some point. I also know the title track Good Feeling, because I heard them do that in concert at the Hydro in Glasgow. Year and a bit ago now. A year and a half ago almost, December 2024. So yeah, should hopefully be a good album. Case in this one unfortunately is broken, but I got it in a charity shop. So there's the disc, and there's a picture of the band on the inside. And I'm going to show you the booklet as well. So here's the booklet of it. Pictures of the band and the lyrics and all the information about the tracks. Oh, the album really, rather. Inside a photo collage it says thank you. So there's that one. So that's the first album, and this is the original CD edition with the original cover of the first album, because it was then re-released with this cover, with a black cover, which I actually quite prefer this cover because it's got a picture of the band on it. Back cover was kept the same though, that wasn't changed, albeit it's just the black design. And also More Than Us, the version of More Than Us on here is the single version with the kind of strings in the orchestra, where it doesn't have that on the original album version. It's still nice to have both for like the collection. Yeah, inside picture is much the same, and I presume the booklet will be booklet's just much the same, albeit it's just the black background on it. But still nice to have both versions for kind of collectors' sakes. So yeah, that's Travis's first album, Good Feeling. And then we get the second album, and the album that kind of really made them. This is The Man Who, which was released in 1999. I mean, you've got the hits on here like Writing to Reach You, Driftwood, Turn, and Why Does It Always Rain on Me, which is probably Travis's most well-known song, I would say. But still some really great songs in this album. Also like other ones in this album, like As You Are, She's So Strange. So yeah, really, really good album, I must say. And it's also got the nominee for the Brit Awards in 2000 and sticker there, which is quite cool, as well as the hype sticker for the album. And it comes with a nice book. Picture of the band members. There's Fran Healy, who's like the kind of chief main songwriter, and he's the lead vocalist and also guitar as well. There's Dougie Payne. He plays the bass and even has written some songs as well. Andy Dunlop, who's the guitarist, and Neil Primrose on drums. I quite like the fact there's some like pictures of the different scenery alongside each band member as well. And there's all the credits to the songs. Oh, the lyrics. The lyrics. And there's the back. There's a CD, and it is just plain grey on the inside. Which is there. So So yeah, really good album, The Man Who. And then we get The Invisible Band, released in 2001, the follow-up album. Again, another really good, solid album. This one has hits like some of my favorites, like Sing, Side, Flowers in the Window. Other great ones in here, like Follow the Lights, Afterglow, Dear Diary, Pipe Dreams. So yeah, another really, really great album. I've only really heard some Travis albums one time, but I still need to give some of these albums another listen. Again, in case this is broke, I'll need to try and replace that. Same picture on the inside as the front cover. I actually quite like that cover. It's just a picture of the band with like the trees. I think that's a really nice kind of cover. So yeah, lyrics to each song and pictures as well. Pictures of Travis in the studio. That one. And then the next one came out in 2003. Here's 12 Memories. Probably one of my favorite Travis albums, I must say. I know this album kind of doesn't really get as much, not really talked about as often. This album, it's still a really, really great album, I would say. I love things like Quicksand, Beautiful Occupation, Reoffender, Somewhere Else, Love Will Come Through, Piece the Cow, is a great one. And Some Sad Song is great as well. That's a hidden track after the last track, Walking on Down the Hill. Really loved it. That would have been like an individual track on its own. It would have been a great way to close out the album as a whole, I would say. So yeah, there's the front cover there. It's got the album sticker on it there because no one doesn't have the title on the album. There's the CD picking inside. So this was released in 2003, as I said earlier. And this little mailing list for the Independente, which was Travis's record label at the time. And we get a booklet. So I just picture band members and the lyrics to each song. That's the embossing of the hidden track, Some Sad Song there. But you hold it up to the light, you can actually see it quite well. It's a bit hard to see on camera here. Oh, you can see it just a bit. Yeah, you can see it a little bit here, but it's a bit hard to kind of get it to. The lighting here is not that great. I do apologise, but hey ho. And so yeah, as I say, pictures of the banners are showed there. So yeah, really, really great album. This one of my favourites there. 12 Memories from 2003. And if you're going to get into Travis, this was the one I would say to start with. This is the Singles Greatest Hits album. This was released in 2004. Again, just to apologise for my phone. Every song in here is just, what can you say? It is fantastic. You get all the hit singles in here from like 96 up to 2004. And there's a new song in here at the time called Walking in the Sun, which is a new single for this album. And there's a song on here that Doogie Payne sings on here called The Distance, which is an unreleased track. And that track's never been released anywhere else apart from this album. It's a really, really great song. Written and sung by Doogie Payne, which you don't really hear that often. Yeah, really, really great CD. One I play a lot when I listen to Travis. Inside it's the same as the front cover. And the front you get the picture of each band member. And this is not like a booklet more. This is more like it folds out. And on this side you get information about each track, and Travis's discography as well, all the albums and singles and what format they're on, LP or CD, as it says here. It says here that so it just says all the release info. And then the other side is a picture of each band member that appears on the front cover. And there's that one. Yeah, and I also really hope that they put this out into vinyl, because this is a great album, a great collection of Travis songs, I would say. And I really hope that they put this out into vinyl, because it'd be great for people to get hold of, like, especially Walking in the Sun and Distance. Walking in the Sun is it hasn't been made available anywhere else. So I know it's available on a 7-inch single actually, but that's a wee bit hard to find. And the distance is not out on vinyl, so keep my fingers crossed that they hopefully put that out onto vinyl and CD. So then it was another few years before Travis re-emerged with a new album, which was eventually in 2007, The Boy With No Name. And again, this is one I've not heard in full, but I do know the song Closer, and I really like that song. And Selfish Gene as well, which I heard them do in concert as well. So I like that front cover picture, like Travis on like what was it, the roof of a multi-story high building. There's the tracks, and inside's just plain black. And there is the mailing list for Independente. And we have the booklet as well. Some all the lyrics and pictures, like every booklet or every booklet that comes with Travis albums. So the reason why this album's called The Boy With No Name is because Fran Healy and his wife, or his then wife, had, that's a nice picture, had at the time given birth to a boy, a wee baby son, and the boy didn't have a name yet, so that was why it was called The Boy With No Name. And then they later named him as Clay, his son Clay, so that's where the album title comes from. So I don't have the album Ode to J. Smith yet from 2008, but I haven't heard too great things about that album, but I'll keep my eye out for it if I find it quite cheap. So after that one, it was another few years before Travis emerged with a new album, and then in 2013, this came out, Where You Stand. Another really good album. I really enjoyed this one. I liked Mother Moving, which is one of my favorite Travis songs. Big Screen, Another Guy. So yeah, really, really good album, I must say. One I really enjoy. And nice picture roll, and inside, just plain like that. I love the disc design because it's like the disc, it looks like one of those kind of, you know, sort of old like game shows from years ago, like Spin the Wheel. It looks like a wheel you spin and it'll go to whatever one that gets chosen as it slows down. Really like that kind of multicolor wheel design a bit. So anyway, again, we don't have a booklet with this one. We don't have a booklet, but it kind of folds out and you get the lyrics to the songs on this side. Information. Other side is these pictures of each band member in the studio when they're making this album. Oh, bit of a picky one. Fold back in. There we go. We've got it. So yeah, another really great album. This one I again haven't heard, but I found it cheap in the charity shop, and I'd never seen it before, so I thought, yeah, pick it up. Here's Everything at Once, their 2016 album. Don't know much about this album, but should hopefully be a good album. There's a lot of albums in my collection I really need to pull out and give a listen. But anyway, booklet as well. I think it's just the kind of lyrics to each song. There's not really any pictures of the band, apart from this one. And this one is kind of at the back, it's silhouette, it's pictures of the band. And then we got a really cool live release, and the only live Travis release that I've really got. And I know there's another one that did with the Invisible Band in Glasgow. Don't you have that one? But I hope that we get another live album from Travis. But anyway, here's Live at Glastonbury 1999. This is their 1999 kind of set list at Glastonbury. So for those living outside the UK, don't know, Glastonbury is like this big sort of, the UK is known for its kind of a festival culture in the summer, and we have things like, you know, Transmit here in Glasgow, in Scotland. We have things like Glastonbury. You had Tea in the Park years ago. You have, yeah, we're really known for our festival culture, and pretty much in Europe, worldwide, really. But the UK here is really big for its festivals, and Glastonbury is one such festival. But this is like the entire Travis set, mostly from the first two albums, really. First two albums, but still really good. This is a broadcast from the BBC as well, which is really cool. Don't get a booklet, but you get this on the inside, which is a comment from each band member about their memories of the Glastonbury show. And there's the disc. So I haven't yet heard it, but it should hopefully be a really good show. And Travis is really, really good live. I've been lucky to see them twice actually. And the first time was in 2024. Both times were in 2024. They were supporting the Killers, who are another band I'm a big fan of, on the Killers' 20th anniversary tour. And then I saw them again a few months later for their album, which was this one, LA Times. And this album came out, and then I was really kind of getting into Travis, and I got in the Christmas of that year, 24, a few days after the concert. So yeah, one of my all-time favorite albums. I love Bus, Raise the Bar, Gaslight, Alive. I Hope That You Spontaneously Combust, Naked in New York City. So yeah, probably one of my all-time favorite albums, and probably the best album for 2024 for me. Inside, a picture of the band and the information about each track. The disc is here. That's another one of the sort of digipack things here. Here's the book. Oh, picture of each band member. And this picture of the studio. So yeah, one of my favourite albums there, LA Times. And when I saw them supporting the Killers, Travis, they actually played some songs off of the album. So before the album came out, which is really, really cool to see. So that's on my Travis CDs. I've got a couple of CD singles which I forgot to pull out and show, but hey ho, what can you do? I know they have reissued, because another thing with the CD singles is that they have a lot of rare B-side songs which are not available anywhere else. Well, I know they've reissued The Man Who and The Invisible Band via the 20th anniversary deluxe sets. Would like to get those sort of sets. So I've got the rare kind of B-side tracks, which I'll hopefully get eventually one day. Then I'm going to show you my DVDs now. And here's Travis More Than Us live in Glasgow. This is from 2001. And you also get some from the Reading Festival in Leeds as well. And there's some special features in this DVD, like you get an exclusive documentary, multiple camera angles. So yeah, really, really cool that there. Set list is like the first the albums at that point, so it's quite cool. There's the inside there, photo collage, which is quite nice. There's the DVD. So yeah, it's a nice one to have. This one I've watched, and this is a really good concert. Travis at the Palace, live from Alexandra Palace in 2003 on the 12 Memories tour. So yeah, really, really good concert. They even do a cover, because the concert took place a few days before Christmas. They do a cover of Wham's Last Christmas, which I actually prefer Travis's version over Wham's, which I know sounds a bit controversial, but I like Travis's version really the best, I would say. Picture, information, it's just blank there. That's the DVD. So this was 2003, but then released in 2004. So yeah, really good concert, that one. And then Travis the Singles DVD. This is the music videos to the single CD, which I showed earlier. And here it is. This has really all the ones that, but in pretty much chronological order they go in for all the songs. And you get DVD extras of television and live appearances, making of videos, band commentaries, and you get intros, exclusive documentary footage before each video, which is really cool. There's the DVD. Check it out. There's the inside. And you get a book with this one, which I will show here, which is nice. So yeah, there's that one. That's my DVDs. Now probably the most interesting bit for some, the vinyl LPs. And I have almost all apart from Ode to J. Smith, which I think is a bit difficult. They might reissue it. I don't have Everything at Once, or the other one I'm also missing is 10 songs as well, both LP and CD, but I'll find that eventually. So we're going to start with the first one, Good Feeling. Now this has a different cover. Now the original version, this thank you was in the middle of the booklet, but this is like an National Album Day reissue in 2022 with this cover. Nothing wrong with that, but I would like to have the original cover, which I'll hopefully try and find at some point. Inner sleeve's much the same though, that's not changed. Lyrics to the songs. and with standard black vinyl, the customized label. There's that one. Then we get The Man Who, 1999. This is the vinyl version. So it's quite nice to see this in the kind of bigger artwork. And again, this one is just standard black. Customized label. The Invisible Band. And what's great about the cover, the vinyl version, is you get to see the artwork really big, and you get to see the bigger detail of the cover, which is really, really cool. There's the back. Inner sleeve. And again, standard black. 12 Memories, which is really great that it's got reissued. Well, first time issued on vinyl actually was from a few years ago. So yeah, it's really great that we're now seeing a lot of Travis's catalogue coming out onto vinyl in the last sort of few years, starting with things like Where You Stand. I think it's the earliest vinyl I have, or the earliest vinyl release. And then they kind of started going back to the older albums and put them onto vinyl, which is great. The next one is The Boy with No Name again, vinyl version though. And again, you get to see the kind of big artwork with the vinyl versions and a bit more kind of detail. There's the gatefold sleeve, nice pictured band there. I'm not sure where that photograph's taken. Looks to be, might be New York because of you can see the bridge, but I'm not 100%. I think it is because the car number plate there says New York, so I think it is a pictures of the pictures taken in New York. Get the inner sleeve with the lyrics and information. Here's the bonus 7-inch single, Sailing Away, which is the hidden track on the CD version of The Boy with No Name, and you just get that on one side and it's just blank on the other. I'll show the final. If I didn't, there it is. So we skip because I don't have the O.T.J. Smith album, so we get Where You Stand, 2013, 2013. As I say, protect this one on vinyl. And there's just a blue label. You don't get that kind of spinny colour wheel, which would have been nice to have had, but I don't mind them changing it for the vinyl or the CD. So yeah, still nice though. So we skip to the recent one, and this is LA Times, one of the first Travis albums I got in vinyl. Got this after the CD with some Christmas money afterwards. So yeah, really great album. Again, love the cover art with the bigger. You get to see the LA city at night in bigger detail, and you get a picture of the band at the bottom there, which is really, really quite a nice cover. I've always liked that cover design, really. And a sleeve. There's that one. So that was quite quick, but there's my entire Travis collection, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I might like to go over and do more of these collections. I know I've done vinyl collections for my favourite artists, but I might do my CD collection as well. But if I don't have as much like Travis, I could do a full collection video like this. But yeah, I know I did a vinyl collection which went a long while for a lot of artists, but I might show my CDs of these artists as well. I wish I could go on even longer. But anyways, I'd like to do something like this again at some point. But hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again for the next video.